exact same time, we can't pretend like we're okay with the industry heavily leaning into inclusivity for profit. It's blatant and it's plastered everywhere. Movies, TV, gaming, it's overwhelming. Co-opting identities and gender not for the sake of art, quality, and ethics, but for money and personal preservation. Why do companies change their logos to rainbows in the US and EU during Pride, but keep it their standard logo in other countries? Why are different races and genders minimized or removed in games, movies, and television in China? It's because none of these companies care about you. They care about what's in your wallet. And that goes for both sides of this debate. The truth of the matter is, these companies will do anything for money. And the real unease, the real issues at play, is that the biggest players in the industry are trying to wrangle everyone into one single audience, and it's causing a lot of issues. Extreme
Is to use the stored promethium in the refinery.
Are so focused on the identities rather than the qualities. The poor quality in various media today is now being represented by the characters that these studios are putting into these games. And as such, these creators are quite literally training people to believe that diversity and inclusivity are what are ruining games, not bad design and poor writing. Inclusivity and representation are great things. Anyone can agree on that. How bad representation for the sake of it just being there, either for virtue signaling or marketing purposes, puts a face, a signifier on what is ruining games in the eyes of players. They are creating targets. When I see a developer feel the need to virtue signal about how great it is if they put a woman into their video game or how they made a character gay, it shows me that they have no confidence in the work itself. All about the identity of the character and not the qualities of that character's design. The quality of the story that's told and the innovation that it brings to the game's experience. They assume that it's not high quality, and most times it's not. Ruthless developers and players then jump to defend the practice, not realizing that these creators are using social issues as a shield of inclusivity to defend their poor quality, lack of skill, lack of ability, and lack of creativity by saying that anybody who's criticizing them are bigots. Checkmate. What's really disappointing is that there's not enough people that are calling this out, saying it for what it is, that it's not optics or DEI that's killing these games, it's people without talent that are killing these games. Name a game that was perceived as woke, that had awesome gameplay and a great story, and nobody wanted to play it, and it didn't do well in sales. Guess what? You can't find it. It doesn't exist. Final Fantasy 16 portrayed a relationship between Dion and Sir Terrence. It was tasteful, it was well done, the story was great, the gameplay was awesome, the music was absolutely banging in that game. Guess what? Zero backlash. Baldur's Gate 3 Herald is one of the greatest RPGs of all time. A game that many players have pointed to and said, this is the game. Why can't you guys make games like this anymore? The most aggressively buy game that's on the entire market. No backlash. It's really disappointing that people like folks that are writing this article right now that are involved in a lot of these communities aren't the ones that are out there that are fighting on their side, that aren't talking about how some of these companies are out there co-opting people's identities and races for the use of profit and for the use of protecting their own jobs, shielding themselves from criticism, the shield of inclusivity. They're the ones that are ruining games, people that don't have a creative cell in their entire body. The article continues with Assassin's Creed Shadows producer Mark Alexis Cote addressed Musk's tweet in an interview with Game Files and Stefan Totilo last week. It's sad he's just feeding hatred. I have a lot of three-word replies that came to mind, he said. First thing I wanted to do was go back on X, then I had deleted, and just tweet back. But Elon says is not the game that we're building. People will have to play the game for themselves. If within the first 11 minutes and 47 seconds they aren't convinced of what we are doing, we can have a discussion. For the record, there is plenty of historical basis for the depiction of Black Samurai Yasuke in the game. Just after Summer Games Fest finished, the anti-woke gamers found a new target, a report at IGN, which credibly and comprehensively lays out the history of sexism at the developer of the up-and-coming Planet of the Apes meets Sekiro action game Black Myth Wukong. The response, surprise, was to go after the woman who wrote it, while also spinning a ludicrous conspiracy theory that IGN was blackmailing the developer. Go down a rabbit hole of like jaw-dropping horribleness on any one of these manufactured conspiracies, but take it from me, it's really not worth it. The reactionary underlayer of gaming's enthusiast media, which makes its home mostly on X and YouTube, does not actually have the slightest impact on how games are made, or indeed which games are made. Look at Gamergate. What did it actually achieve? Games are more diverse than they were 10 years ago, not less. I saw more non-white male faces and characters this year's spat of Summer Games Fest trailers and demos than at any previous time in almost the 20 years I've been covering games. But they can still make people's lives online hell for a while. I know this because I've been through it several times. It's crazy that you can say something or at least think something in the right direction, but then be completely wrong about it, and it's because, again, she's looking at it through an incredibly narrow lens. Throwing context and nuance aside in the face of being able to shadow box those perceived demons that are across the aisle. This was undoubtedly beating the drum of division for engagement purposes. The guy's a content creator more than anybody else. There is tons of examples of people that are like him. Why are there so many people that are finding themselves agreeing with these posts about Assassin's Creed Shadows? Tell me which is more believable, that the vast majority of white male gaming audiences that you perceive don't want black characters in games? Or is it because Ubisoft has been shoveling garbage out for years now, raising their prices to absurd levels, monetizing everything possible, hasn't innovated, and now seems to be using diversity to market a game that everybody knows will be just as repetitive and unoriginal as the prior? All well-adjusted humans that see the direction that all forms of media have been going in lately, see the main character isn't Japanese and say, huh. Again, extreme positions don't gain traction unless there are issues that are pushing people from the middle to one side. Now, with that said, I agree with her statement on ludicrous conspiracy theories. With so many people that are out there breathing on both sides of these issues that are making it difficult for you to want to be able to agree with either side because you know that they're going to have some wacko theory that's connected to it. Those that are on extreme opposing sides can't agree on something, otherwise they're going to look like they've changed sides. Like Keza, I don't believe that there was an attempted $7 million extortion conspiracy when it comes to Black Myth Wukong, as there is no proof or mention of that anywhere. I mean, look at how many people grifted off of attaching Sweet Baby Incorporated's name to their YouTube titles, articles, and tweets in regards to whatever company allegedly perpetrated this extortion. Over at the exact same time, she completely ignores the cultural differences and the intentional mistranslations conducted regarding the interview with Black Myth Wukong's developer and the garbage level of sensational journalism on the side of IGN. Because they cannot cede any ground to those who disagree with them. Plenty of journalists do this, ignoring the elephant in the room because they can't be caught agreeing with the opposition. Not long ago, Paul Rossi of Forbes wrote an article talking about the issues that journalists face, and he dismissed the concern of players by saying there is a public war against games journalism by in part the anti-woke crowd who believes the progressive-leaning outlets are going extinct because of alleged activist takes, even when there are clear cases of many propagandized positions in today's gaming media. If you dismiss or ignore the elephant in the room, it doesn't make it smaller. That's not how this works. No wonder gamers could come to the conclusion that there is a concerted effort in the games industry to have this propagandized position, this plan that they have in place, they're using against the developer in the industry, when every other journalist that's out there goes out and either hand-waves the entire issue or ignores it entirely. Co-signs for it. That's the case that we have with this article from The Guardian. She quite literally co-signs what the girl had said in the article, even though it's already been shown that it was mistranslated and also misrepresented in their article that they made. So sports players are going to come to the conclusion of that. And what that does is it only serves to embolden the position of the players that held the belief that all their might.
Active camouflage charge. You are brothers defense. A most impressive fencing, brothers. Jump-starting life support system. You have my gratitude. Stealth ready. Waste nothing, brothers. Follow me through. Obstacle removed. Amelio line cloak activated. Never seen Promethean before. Perfect clothes all the same. Fester and rot. Xenos abomination. Zoanthrope has flayed its last mind. Frag grenade out! Synaptic servant slaughtered. Camelio line cloak ready. Reloading. Rearming. Your aim tries my patience, brother. Swapping magazine.
Talassa, the Cadians are running out of time. How close are you to the Promethean facility?
We have reached the objective.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Infernus pattern melter charge. Impressive.
Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the Promethean well. Cautiously. You know what is good for you.
Tyranny. Active camouflage charged. Charge Prime. Deploying now.
Rites of activation have been observed. The generators hum in the machine god's name. Crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload.
Stealth ready. Crack grenade deployed. Alien fireball eliminated. Incoming. Generator 2.
Disruption of operation of generator 2. Released into the Omniscience under alignment.
There is a lich sniffing around.
Generator indeed defended.
Active camouflage charged.
X-axis aligned by the Omniscience will.
The first leg of this race is behind us.
Net swarm moving on generator 1.
Overcrowding alerted Generator 1. Unauthorized personnel. Observe your duties.
All specs primed.
Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the Omniscience divine precision.
I should have this thing calibrate my
Crane
skills.
drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to resume operation.
Bomb in transit.
Drive train restored. Begin the course of locomotion adepts.
Readying next follow.
Demolition deployment sequence concluded. No errors logged under the Omniscience functional oculus. We are ready to ambush the enemy, Captain. There is an observation platform overlooking the Promethium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Do not waste time. Rally on me.
No going back.
Their numbers are no match for our trading. Stealth ready.
facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. We will be your bulwark, Titus. Rest assured. I will hold you to that.
Join me directly. Telling surprise on wait. Cloak activated. Fester and rot. Not abomination. Those specs cannot even compute their numbers. Deal scum on scope. Camilio line cloak ready. Phenos inserting fresh magazine. Brothers, to me. Stay close and sharp. Come on, we have beat the ambush.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
They're on to us. Time to start picking them. Setting a fire trap.
Brothers, they are almost over the wall.
Time to get my hands dirty. Springing a trap.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
Reloading. Field system reset.
We have been outmaneuvered.
Checkpoint located. Deployed crack grenade. Readying next volley.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Maintaining formation. Ready sidearms for melee.
Changing magazine.
Munitions here.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Trouble maintaining focus. Changing magazine. Grievously wounded. Camilio line engaged. Active camouflage charged.
You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards.
Understood, Commander. Readying the charge.
All specs ready to scout.
Lieutenant Titus, this is Scivius. Objective complete.
Tyranid biosites down 90% and fall. Swarm annihilation confirmed.
Deployed and ready for ignition.
Move to extract.
Where should I go?
Extraction complete. Returning to orbit. Commendable work, brothers. You honor your chapter. Be ready for rearm, refit, and redeployment immediately.